On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need a really, really bright concealer. I'm using something 3 to 4 shades lighter than my actual complexion so that I can have a bright base. So when I go to put the pink eyeshadow on, it'll show up. After you do that, of course, you just need to blend out your eyeshadow. Well, not your eyeshadow, but your concealer. And you just blend it all over your eyelid until basically it looks like this. So you want to blend it out into the shape that you want your eyeshadow to be. So right now, this is what it looks like, and that's how you want it to lay. Make sure it's nice and even though. After you do that, you can go ahead and start laying your colors. So the first colors that you want to start with whenever you're building on or packing on color, you want to start with your darkest shade first. I'm going to use my Morphe E36 brush. It's really thin. You can see it, but it's a really, really thin brush. This is what I'm going to use to go ahead and shape my eyes to prep for the rest of my colors. I'm gonna just start here in the middle. Make sure you are right above your crease. So go right above your crease and tap it in. And again, you want to go in the shape. So I kind of have an elongated cat eye. So to make that shape, just make sure that you are bringing that eyeshadow all the way out to the side. So just tap it on. And you want it to look as identical as the other side as possible. So just drag it out that way. And now we're gonna go ahead and put it in the shape of a wing. So now we're just gonna connect the bottom. Just drag it out upwards until it looks like this. And then we're gonna go in the inner corner and drag that down just a little bit. So you want it to look like this. After you do that, you can go ahead and start putting in your other colors. So grab another brush that's slightly thin but fluffy, like this. This is my Morphe M507 brush. And then you're just gonna go into a bright pink color, like a fuchsia or something like this. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna blend it out at the top of your eye. So right on top of that dark color, you're just gonna lightly dust it in. And then honestly, you're just gonna keep adding the color until you're satisfied with how it looks. Drag it out. So now it looks really harsh. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna rub off the rest of the color onto your wrist, and then you're gonna blend it out and make these lines less harsh. So now we're just gonna add this pink to the inner parts of your eye. So the outer corner only, because in the middle you're gonna have that really bright whitish pink. So you wanna leave room for that. But just add it in here. And kind of blend it in. Then you have one side done. Now you're gonna do your inner corner. So add in the pink and blend it in. Again, make sure you leave room for that brighter pink that you're going to put in the middle. And just blend it inward. And leave just a little bit of room for that bright pink color. Now that I've lost some of the darker color, I'm actually just going to go back in and bring that color back. We're just going to go back in with my Morphe E36 brush, and we're going to make this darker. And then we're just going to bring in this darker color just a little bit, just to add a little bit of a gradient. And then put it in the inner corner too. Okay, so I have it the way I kind of want it. Now, so that we brighten the middle part of the eye, so that we have this halo effect, we're just gonna add a dot of concealer. You're gonna take your pinky or whatever finger you feel comfortable with. You're gonna just tap that concealer color up like that. The next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna grab another brush, something that's still small, and I'm just gonna use a really, really light pink, like this, and then I'm gonna put it right in the middle here. And I'm gonna bring it up because I'm doing a halo. Just like that. Now adding in that light pink, you're gonna lose some of your, that other pink tone, that fuchsia. So now we're just gonna blend it inward. Blend in that fuchsia color so that you're creating a nice little, I like to say gradient a lot, but that's really what it is. When you put in a gradient, it's always like a perfect fade into different colors until it looks like that. Then you're just gonna widen it a little bit more towards the bottom by adding some more of that light pink. Your eyelid should look like this now. After you're done with that, you're gonna grab whatever shimmer you wanna put on top. I'm gonna go with Beige Breeze by Valentine Cosmetics. I'm gonna just dab it on my finger here. And then I'm gonna put it directly on top of that light pink that I put, the really, really light pink, and that's the only place you put it. Don't put it anywhere else. You're just gonna drag it upwards, but only where you've put that bright pink color. Well, the light pink color, sorry. You're just gonna drag it up. I don't know why, but I always like this eye better than I like this eye. But you're just gonna do that. Just a little bit of white shimmer as well. Just to brighten it up just a little bit. And when I have it the way I want, this is how I want it to look. And of course, if you want your crease to be a little bit darker, all you have to do is just add in some more of that dark color. I want mine a little darker, so I'm just gonna tap in some more of this dark. Once you're done with that, then you can go ahead and move down to your bottom lid. Not your bottom lid, but your waterline. So I like to use a slanted brush or an eyebrow brush with a spoolie, whichever you want to do. And then I'm just going to use my Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner. This is what will go on my waterline, and this is also what will create my cat eye at the bottom. So you just take this and go into your waterline. Once you have your waterline done, you want to go ahead and create your cat eye. So just take the longest part of the angled brush and you use that to make your cat eye. So kind of just go in at an angle and trace the top of where your eyelid is. Every time. Okay. All right, and then you have your cat eye done. Of course, this wouldn't be me doing my makeup unless I make a mistake with the liner. So I'm just gonna have to fix that later. But right now I'm just gonna let it dry. So now we can go ahead and start moving the color from the top of the lid down to the bottom where your waterline is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this brush from Morphe. This brush is super old. Morphe is even rubbed off of it, so I really don't know what brush this is. Onto the right underneath the waterline. Same brush you use for your darker color. You're just gonna bring every color that you used at the top down to the bottom. Okay, and this is how it should look. Now just to add a little more depth to the eye, I'm just gonna do some eyeliner at the top. With my liner pen, just use some eyeliner and just do a really, really thin line of eyeliner on the top here. So we're just gonna very lightly draw that line in. We're not gonna go all the way up into the color. We're kind of just gonna stay in the corner of the eye here. And then bring it towards the inner corner here, but keep it really, really thin. And we're keeping it thin because the pattern of the eyeshadow is the star of the show right now. The eyeliner is not the star, so we're trying to keep her muted. And just add a little bit more. Until you have your eye shape. Once you have that liquid eyeliner on, you're gonna go in with your really small brush with black eyeliner. Well, not black eyeliner, but black eyeshadow. And you're gonna take it and you're gonna smoke out the black liner down here at the bottom, at the top of your eye here. Right, and then it should look like this. After this, then you can go ahead with your mascaras. Once mascara is on, then the eye is pretty much done. You just have to add your lashes. All right, so mascara is on and we can go ahead and move on to our lashes. I do get a lot of questions about lashes, and usually I don't show you how to put them on in any of my videos. So I'll show you today how to do them. You're gonna take your lash, of course, grab any of your favorite lash glue. You're just gonna apply the lash glue onto the lash strip. I usually do a really, really thick layer of lash glue. This just helps the lashes last longer, in my opinion, at least on my face. I don't know about anyone else's, but it lasts longer on my face when I do it that way. Now, a lot of people will tell you not to do this, but I will say this Kiss lash glue is already kind of tacky. So after just a couple of seconds, you can go ahead and apply this to your eyelash. So now I'm gonna take my lash and I'm gonna flip it at an angle. So I'm not gonna go straight in like this because I do have curly lashes. I have to go downward at an angle to apply my lash. So I just take this and then I go on top of my lash and go straight down. No lash is just gonna go on perfectly. You do have to mess with them just a little bit. So, of course, go on and press them on. And it's totally fine if you get a little bit of glue on your eyeshadow. Just let it dry. Then it's on. Then I'm also just gonna get this liner off. Again, just take a clean spoolie and just sweep it off your nose. I do this every time I do my makeup, y'all, so I have had to learn how to do this, but with gel liner, it's not as easy to get off as mascara is, so it's just gonna look like I have a little mole on my nose. No big deal. I'm totally fine with it. But this is the finished eye look for both eyes.